It was a quiet night, the kind that whispers hope yet hides betrayal. My name is Abigail Thompson, and at 77 years old, my sun-kissed bronze skin carries stories deeper than wrinkles. Born and raised in the misty Appalachian foothills, I felt I knew every shadow and whisper of these hills. But one shadow I didn't see coming changed my life forever. I was forced into marriage by my mother's second husband. If you're watching, know that this tale is not just mine. Perhaps you're trapped too, seeking courage hidden in quiet places. The Appalachian foothills were my first home, a place of fog-covered mornings and evenings alive with crickets. The air smelled like wet leaves and freshly chopped wood, each breath tasting of dew. We were simple people. Sundays meant church bells ringing through misty valleys, and evenings around a crackling fire meant stories told by elders. Yet, beneath the comforting routines lay hints of control. Girls whispered warnings about duty and obedience, words that foreshadowed a hidden darkness. Even in my innocent laughter, I felt eyes upon me, whispers that warned me my childhood wouldn't last long. When my father passed, my mother remarried quickly. Her new husband seemed kind at first, but his smile hid sharp edges. At 14, I was told I was to marry his friend, a man nearly 3 times my age. My protests were drowned in stern lectures about family honor and obedience. On my wedding day, I felt more like a prisoner than a bride. The lace of my dress scratched my skin. The scent of lilies was nauseatingly sweet. When he took my hand, his grip was iron. "You're mine now," he whispered, sealing my fate. Life became a cycle of bruises and apologies, promises broken as swiftly as they were made. I clung desperately to fleeting kindnesses, each act of gentleness followed by harsher punishments. "You belong to me," he'd say, a terrifying refrain echoing through the lonely walls. Friends turned silent, neighbors blind, the world outside unaware of the quiet hell behind closed doors. Each night I dreamed of escape, only to wake trapped again. But that night, everything changed. A neighbor named Clara became my silent ally. She noticed my bruises and the quiet desperation in my eyes. Clara never asked outright, but one day handed me a train schedule, whispering softly, "Chicago at midnight." The words struck my heart like lightning. There was hope. The train became my symbol, my lifeline to freedom, a glimmer of escape shining in the dark. The night of escape felt endless. My heart pounded louder than my footsteps as I crept out into darkness. Every shadow seemed alive, whispering threats, each rustle terrifying. Approaching headlights sent panic surging through me, hiding breathlessly behind trees, my pulse a deafening drumbeat in my ears. When the train appeared, its whistle pierced the night, sharp yet comforting. I ran, breath catching in my throat, and as my feet hit metal, the door closed, sealing my newfound freedom. In Chicago, each small victory felt monumental. Washing dishes, studying for my GED by candlelight, signing the lease for my first tiny apartment, each moment reclaimed my stolen dignity. Eventually I met Thomas, a gentle soul whose love healed wounds invisible to the world. Together, we built a life full of laughter, warmth, and genuine love, teaching me that I was worthy of kindness and happiness. Looking back, I barely recognized the scared girl I once was. Now, surrounded by grandchildren whose laughter fills my days, my journey seems both distant and deeply ingrained. If you're watching this at 14 or 40, feeling trapped or broken, know this. There is a strength inside you powerful enough to rewrite your story. Maybe you're the one who needs to hear this today. Looking back, I barely recognize the scared girl I once was. Now, surrounded by grandchildren whose laughter fills my days, my journey seems both distant and deeply ingrained. If you're watching this at 14 or 40, feeling trapped or broken, know this. There is a strength inside you powerful enough to rewrite your story. Maybe you're the one who needs to hear this today.